I'm Chris Donahoe, and this is Walk Therapy. Clearly, I am not walking down the street right now, a first, but I'm joined here with Sebastian,
hey guys,
the Gay Bestie.
Thank you.
You're actually tuning into part 2 of our video series, so you need to stop, bookmark it, come back. I need you to come back to the page. Do not go there and then not return to my page.
Okay.
Watch part 1.
Yep.
And then come back and watch part 2. Today we're talking all about race relations, black gay, white gay, and what that tension looks like and what the opportunity is for our community and beyond.
Right. So
stay tuned.
There was that flag that came out this year.
I was just about to bring this up. I was about to go there. Yeah.
So, but I want to get your thoughts. Like, what did you think, or how did you feel when you first saw like the black and brown added to it?
Yeah, so what you're talking about is the gay flag with the brown and black stripes.
Yes.
I immediately posted an article and said this is exactly the direction we should be moving in.
I love it.
I think that's because I do think that, again, the reason we're having this whole conversation and why it's worth having is I think racial divisions do still exist and they're super pervasive, and I think we have to start being more inclusive of Blacks and Hispanics and Asians within the gay community because there is an archetype of what a really hot gay guy looks like, and it's the white 27-year-old ripped, no hair, really beautiful looking, and that's the standard that is being set out there and propagated by the media, by culture, by Fire Island. That's just not what most people look like, and that's not the background or identity that most people have.
I agree. And if you see it, the sexy black gay guy, he's usually like a thug. What do you think that we could do? I know, it's sad to say this, I don't think we could do it by ourselves, but what do you think some ways we can create, I guess, like a lane to make it more inclusive? Like, I don't know if there's anything that can be done, to be honest, but what are your thoughts?
We're doing it right now.
Oh, you better say it.
We're doing it right now.
Check. I'm glad that you were so receptive to the idea of making this kind of conversation, because I think it's something that has to be had. I'm not sure when people are going to see this, but when you do see it, I'm so grateful that you reached out to me and saw something that you wanted to, because sometimes I feel like people, I feel like you reached across. You know, like, you just saw someone who was doing something that you liked, and you reached. I'm not sure I would have been so brave to reach to you, to be really honest. I think maybe I would have been like, well, he's probably on his own path, he has more views, so he probably not worried about me, so let me just do my own thing over here in my corner. Sad to say, but just what I've just noticed.
That's so heartbreaking.
Really?
Yeah, because it's really hard to build bridges. For whatever reason, whether it's fear or cultural baggage or personal baggage, it's really hard to reach out across the aisle.
Right.
Whether it's gay, straight, black, white, Republican, Democrat.
I was thinking the same thing.
It doesn't matter, but it's so important. My most recent video that I posted was about the importance of having conversations with people who are different than you are, and how that's the only way that you can start to have an honest and open exchange of information.
Correct.
So I'm really passionate about that, and again, going back to the black-white difference, I would never hesitate to reach out to someone and say, hey, can I be on your show? Do you want to be on my channel? Do you want to exchange ideas?
And it goes into the hierarchy, like, you know, they tell you it's the white man first, and it's the well, they say it's the black man, because I guess how, I don't know. But I don't know. I would say it's the white.
I think so too. Lululemon, it's the white woman.
I would say white man, white woman, then the black man comes out. Is this your phone?
Oh yeah, my phone's ringing. Oh shit.
Real quick.
It's an important call.
We'll pause it. So that was my phone. My bad.
Nobody calls me. Let's just be real.
He's lying, okay? I'll call him. Maybe because I don't have enough, like, white friends. And I've noticed as a problem ever since, like, high school. Because my high school was very urban. It was majority of just black students and Hispanic. And then when I came to college, I went to HBCU in the middle of Atlanta. So it was like, well, great choice. But I did begin, like, when I went to Catholic school, I started off with actually a lot of white classmates, and it was still like maybe 6 of us who were black that were in the class, and I didn't really see color then. It was merely just like, oh, that's just so-and-so, that's so-and-so, that's so-and-so. But it wasn't until I got into public school I saw the major difference. I was like, oh, I don't even have one white classmate. Everyone is just black here. And then you start noticing through life and what you're told and how you see things like portrayed in the media, and you're like, wow, like, my chances are kind of slim. And even my chances, like when I was working in corporate America, And I noticed a division of like who was management.
Oh yeah.
You know, who was working, what the hours were like, who was the actual CEOs. Like, then you start thinking to yourself like, well, I can't reach. You kind of feel like, I didn't want to say you were reaching down to me, so I kind of feel like we're all equal. And I feel like we're all made the same. We're just not treated the same. That's how I feel.
Also, the reality of corporate America, and this is a big passion and a topic that I care a lot about, is that most of what happens in terms of upward mobility through the corporate ladder is based on who you know and who likes you. And who likes you is going to be people that look, act, and socialize the way that you do.
Exactly.
So even, and that's where I see it as a gay white man, my limitations are often more in places of hyper masculinity.
Okay.
So all the guys are getting together, the bros, the cool work guys, and they're going to be drinking and chatting and talking about whatever they're talking about. And even in a really progressive company, in a progressive city like New York where I live and work, I still find it really difficult to penetrate that culture.
I can understand that. Because, well, do they have that thing of like they feel like you might be attracted to them? They don't want to invite you out or bring you with the crew?
Honestly, no. I think that I'm so fortunate to work at a company where people are totally cool and totally fine with me being around, and I get nothing but positive social feedback. However, I'm trying. Like, I'm putting on a new persona in order to interact with people at times.
Gotcha. Because, I mean, with me, well, with black men, I feel like they kind of use hyper-masculinity to another level because they feel like they already, like, struggling in society. So when a gay black man comes around, it's kind of like, oh, hell no. Like, they don't want to have another slash. So I do find it like straight men, like, I try to really explain to them, like, relax. We don't all want you. Like, we don't all want to sleep with you. And I can say if a man looks attractive, I can say that and be fine with it. But I don't even really associate with that many straight men, to be honest, either. Especially working from home now. It's like, it's just me usually here working, and I usually only work most of the time through opportunities or networking. Black women, because I've noticed how black women know how to come together. Yes. And I always say, like, go, like, keep doing it because it's inspiring to me. Even the gay black male community or gay black community, there's division. There's division amongst who's the top, who's the bottom, who's verse, who, like, it's just, or who's trade. Like, it's so much.
What's trade?
Oh, you know trade is? Trade is pretty much a man, like my boyfriend would be considered trade. Because if you saw him at first, you wouldn't tell that he was gay. Usually people see him as like, he's passable.
So trade means passable. Like straight.
Yes.
I've never heard this term. Like, I'm so entrenched within gay culture and I've never heard this term.
Oh my, well, okay, well, you probably know some black gay lingo, Hispanic lingo, when they say shade.
Oh, shade. Yeah,
shade. That's where it pretty much all derives from the whole culture, but he is considered trade. So, that'd be a little, reading too, because they say read a lot now. I'm in public.
Because of RuPaul. RuPaul has popularized gay, especially gay black vocabulary.
Yes,
and now who's appropriating it?
I'm not gonna say that. Like, who took it mainstream, honestly, was Real Housewives of Atlanta. They really started using the lingo more than anybody else. Now, it was kind of like, it's funny how they take the lingo, but then try to demean men on the show and call them gay. Like, oh, he must be gay, girl. Why? But you love gay black men. So it's kind of like, they don't use us as props. Like, that's my only thing sometimes. But I love women, and I appreciate the women that are in my life. Because I feel like,
too. I love women.
Yes.
Women are the ones who have gotten me through everything.
You better say it.
And it's my network. When I think about the best place for me to network as a gay man, it's not with straight white bros. No. It's with women, other gays. And honestly, a lot of where I've gotten my best networking and friends, it's my non-white friends. Even when I was at Cornell, I was part of this group that brings in students for it's a pre-summer program for students mainly from urban or rural areas who don't have the same academic background or upbringing as the typical Cornell student. Predominantly people of color. So I went to this program, and that was the network. Like, that, those were my people. And like, I was white, so like in a lot of ways I didn't. It wasn't for me, but like,
it's like, I could say with black culture and black people, when we can find someone understands, then we're more than happy to bring them in. Like, you would come to the cookout. Have you heard the term yet?
No.
Okay, cool. So there's barbecues and there's cookouts. So for the black cookout, it's like, oh, he can come because you like. It's like I don't think you even appropriate because you understand enough to like. There's a difference and you acknowledge it. Sometimes all we ask is for someone to acknowledge it. Like the Kardashians capitalize so much off of, I'll say, black men, and yet here they are just sucking so much. They call them culture creatures, or I don't know if you heard that yet, but they call them that.
Wait, who calls who that?
A lot of people online, they'll call the Kardashians
culture creatures.
Yeah, and
because they're sucking the culture out of other groups and using it
to capitalize.
own
I like the whole T-shirt issue. I don't know if you saw that. Okay, they had used like shirts with like Tupac and Biggie and plastered their images all over the T-shirts, and it was very controversial because like, why would you do that? And their privilege shows because they don't care or they try to figure it out.
Yeah.
So you again would come to the cookout.
Okay.
Because like
great. I'm gonna be there.
Right. And as you said before, like you went to Cornell and you saw that your network was the people that pretty much were black.
Yeah.
That's interesting to me.
I think it's because I didn't grow up with money.
Okay.
Yeah, that's enough. That helps a lot. Not growing up with money is so, and I wasn't poor. Like we were very like working class. Like I'm not talking like poverty, just working class. My mom didn't go to college.
Right.
So we just had a different way of operating. So when I went to Cornell, I realized two things. Number one was I saw, oh my God, I had no idea I was this poor because there were so many super rich kids. And I also didn't realize how rich I was because you start learning about a broader world out there. And I was studying urban planning, so we talked a lot about global poverty and income inequality, racial inequality. And so I learned simultaneously. I started to triangulate and say, oh, this is where I fit on the spectrum. And it was like it was a real aha moment where I was like, oh my gosh.
You are, I mean, you know you're gonna go far. I can tell it. Like I can feel it because it's kind of like it's a good energy I get from you. It's not opportunistic. You care to understand, and I think that a lot of people lack that. And I'll even say sometimes like we prejudge people because we're not sure to know what kind are you. I was a server, Olive Garden.
Oh yeah, we were both Olive Garden servers.
So you really understand.
Oh my God.
So after working at Olive Garden, I started noticing I was judging so many people because I was so scarred as like a waiter. Until I got out the industry, I was kind of like, okay, now I'm just in this whole new world and I'm able to see the world again from Sebastian's eyes, not from Sebastian at Olive Garden. You opened me up today, for real. And I like that. I never felt like I was scarred from people, but I haven't been around enough white men to really make a great judgment. All I see now is really what's on the media, to be honest. And you're kind of thinking like, is that how they all are? Hopefully this video helps someone else to like kind of get it.
It helps me. This was like therapeutic for me. I really appreciate it.
Is there anything we can leave with the audience or let them know?
No, I don't. There's nothing else.
Nothing else?
I just think exactly this conversation. This is why I started a YouTube channel, was to have conversations like this. I appreciate that you're calling me out for being a good listener because that's all I want to do is listen, share stories, and put myself in situations where I'm growing and evolving because I'm interacting with people who push me to do those things.
That's so amazing. And I feel like there's so much more I could still say, like, but for this time, we'll just leave that.
2 episodes.
Right. Okay.
This conversation was so important. Thank you for having it with me. If you are loving everything we're talking about, if you have a comment that you want to leave, if you have something that you want to add to the conversation, hit us up. Subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to Sebastian's channel, The Gay Bestie. What are your handles? Where can people find you?
At The Gay Bestie on Instagram and at I Am Sebastian on Twitter.
Don't be shy. We want to hear from you, and we look forward to continuing this conversation soon.